So welcome to my YouTube channel, everyone. Today we're going to review a true PS1 gourmet title called Dynasty Warriors, a 3D weapon-based fighting game developed by Omega Force. And yes, this game is actually the first game in the famous hack-and-slash series Dynasty Warriors. It was published by Koei in 1997 in the USA and Japan, and the PAL version that I'm holding was released in 1998. And this game is a bit on the obscure side of things, I would say. The first time when I played this game was on a demo disc in 1998, and I remember, although I wasn't really good at it, I actually kind of liked it, because I was really into the fighting games and kung fu movies and stuff like that, but I've never played the full version of this game up until recently. So this is another one of those rediscovery cases to me, I guess. The story of Dynasty Warriors is based on historical events in ancient China, following the end of the Han Dynasty, and particularly during the Three Kingdoms period, when China was divided into the Wu, the Shu, and the Wei kingdoms. Like, the characters of the game are based on real historical warriors of that era, which I think is really interesting, and also each character is aligned to their respective kingdoms. Now, the story can be quite complicated to follow, and I'm not gonna get into the details, but if you are into the Chinese history and the wuxia genre of cinema, then I think you will really enjoy it. This game is quite educational, actually. Now, let's explore the gameplay. This game has only 2 buttons for attack, and you can only attack with weapons. Like, unfortunately, there are no kicks in this game. And they have like 2 buttons for parries. Why wouldn't they make one of the buttons your kick attack? I don't know, The blocking system is just like in the Tekken and the Street Fighter series. You just press backwards, and the characters can also execute throws. Now, the gimmick of the combat system in Dynasty Warriors are the so-called Musu attacks, which are powerful automated combos that you can activate if your chi meter is full or when your life meter is low. If both conditions apply, the Musu attack is going to be extended to a couple of more hits. Dynasty Warriors has no crazy acrobatic moves compared to other fighting games. The fighting styles here feel more grounded, I would say. And I like that the moves are legit wushu moves that you can see like in many Taolu performances and competitions. So yeah, like the combat system here feels quite straightforward, and it's not too complicated. And I like that it doesn't take you too long to learn and master any character. Now, what you'll notice playing Dynasty Warriors is that this game feels a lot like the first Tekken game. Like, the character movements and the recovery times are really slow. And this was 1997, like Tekken 3 was already out, also Soul Blade and Mortal Kombat 4 were out. What I want to say is that it was already figured out, how to make the movement and the reactions fast, but the way Dynasty Warriors looks and feels during gameplay is as if it's a 1995 game. Maybe it was because of budget issues, I don't know. But overall, I like the combat system in Dynasty Warriors. I like that it's easy to learn, and master, and the animations actually help you understand what's happening on the screen, and the UI is very clear too. I just wish, you could do kicks in this game as well. In terms of game modes, Dynasty Warriors follows, the typical Japanese trend of the time. Like, you have your arcade, the VS mode, time trial, team battle, endurance, tournament, and of course practice. I like that when you beat the game, it rewards you with a character ending scene. This is something that motivates you to beat it with all the characters, and see all the endings, and really adds to that replayability value. The characters that I enjoyed the most are Zhao Yun, Guan Yu, and Zhang Feng from the Shu Kingdom. And I also liked Shu Ju from the Wei Kingdom. Now, another thing that I like is that you can also unlock extra characters as you play the game. Again, this is something that feels really rewarding and really adds to that replayability value. And overall, Dynasty Warriors, I would say, it doesn't feel empty, like it really feels like it has something to give you, to offer you, and it really feels like a complete solid fighting game of the time. The graphics in Dynasty Warriors is like first-class, blocky, polygonal buffet, you know, a lot like the first Tekken game actually, which I really like. The design, of course, is very Chinese, from costumes to locations shown in the levels. So if you are into the wuxia genre that I've mentioned before, and you like, you know, like A Journey to the West, Adventures of the Monkey King and stuff like that, you know, then you will really appreciate it. The weakest part in the design, I would say, is definitely the backgrounds of the levels. They really look like they're drawn on paper, and I just think they could have worked a lot more on that. But I like that you can see the stages during daytime, afternoon or night, you know, I think that's a nice detail. Overall, back then, the graphics weren't crazy, you know, especially after having seen Tekken 3, but today I find them really charming. And now let's talk about the weakest part of Dynasty Warriors, which is the sound, in my personal opinion. Like, the music is basically some generic beats, you know, that sound like some 70s Japanese disco, which doesn't really fit in this game, you know. There's not much personality here, you know, nothing really memorable, and I think there's a big missed opportunity here to extensively use Chinese traditional music, you know, and give the game its own distinct vibe, you know. Like, this game could have had so much more personality. Also, I know this game was developed by a Japanese company, but it really bothers me that the Chinese characters in this game speak Japanese. You know, I think they should have definitely made them speak in Chinese, you know, to make the game feel more authentic. So Dynasty Warriors is a very obscure game. I wouldn't even call it a cult classic or anything like that, because believe it or not, many Dynasty Warriors fans don't even know the existence of this game, you know, and where it all started. Based on what I've read online, this game actually managed to get some good reviews back in the days. But honestly, I think only those who played the demo back in the 90s know about it. I might be wrong, I don't know. One thing is for sure is that we definitely need to give it credit for being the first in the Dynasty Warriors series, which is one of the most long-lasting video game franchises out there, that even has several spin-offs too. You know, and I think that tells us of how successful and popular these games are. And this game was the one that really started it all. And maybe back in the days it didn't offer anything groundbreaking compared to its competition, but nowadays I really enjoy it, you know, and I really like how it looks and how it plays. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Check out my channel, and until next time.